In December, we broke the news about changes to the military retirement system. Today, we have an update on the blended retirement system affecting the fleet.
And Tricare just announced a new pilot program that will affect medical services for you and your family. We'll tell you how you can take advantage.
Welcome to another edition of the Paratus Report, the Coast Guard's news source for the latest and greatest of what's happening in your Coast Guard.
Hey everyone, I'm Chief Warrant Officer Chad Saylor.
And I'm Petty Officer Connie Terrell.
Wait, you're new here.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
Last year, the Coast Guard announced a new blended retirement system that will affect how retirement pay is distributed to all of us who have served honorably for 2 years or longer.
The new retirement system won't take effect until January 2018, but the Coast Guard is rolling out a series of training tools to prepare us all for the changes.
The first set of training is mandatory for all E6s and above and is available on the Joint Knowledge online portal.
Further training for the rest of the fleet will be available in the coming months. For more information on where you can get the training and a timeline of the training rollout, click on the link in the description box below.
Tricare has launched a new pilot program that will make it easier for you and your family to see an urgent care specialist.
The 3-year urgent care pilot program allows most Tricare Prime beneficiaries 2 urgent care visits each fiscal year.
To tell us more about the program, we have Commander Paul Fawcett, Chief Medical Administrator of Health, Safety, and Work Life, to discuss the changes.
Thanks for joining us today, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Sir, can you tell us who is eligible to receive urgent care treatment under the new pilot program?
Sure. So family members of active duty service members or reservists who are covered by Tricare are eligible for 2 unreferred visits to an urgent care center per year. Active duty service members are only eligible for the benefit if they're covered by Tricare Prime Remote. Now, a member would know that they're covered by Tricare Prime Remote if they don't receive their care from a Coast Guard clinic or from a DoD treatment facility. Retirees are also eligible for the benefit, and they have to pay a $12 copay each time that they would use urgent care. Families are responsible for tracking their own usage of the benefit, which would be important because if you were to use the urgent care center more than twice without a referral, you could be charged point of service fees, and that could be quite expensive.
Sir, what are some types of conditions under which someone should seek out an urgent care facility versus going to an ER?
Well, that's a good question. We would want someone to go to an urgent care facility for something that's acute but not an emergency. So, for example, an ear infection, a strep throat, a minor sprain or a strain would be a good example of when you might want to go to the urgent care center. But we wouldn't want you to go to the urgent care center for something like a serious break, head injury, or serious bleeding. We would want you to go to the emergency room in those types of situations.
And this is all great information, sir. So where can people go if they have questions about their benefits and eligibility for this program?
Well, the easiest thing for them to do would be to go to the Tricare website at www.tricare.mil, or they could call us here at the Health, Safety, and Work Life Service Center at 1-800-9-HBA-HBA, or they could email us at hba@uscg.mil.
Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Commander Fawcett will be participating in a live Twitter Q&A June 8th from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time to answer your questions you may have about Tricare benefits. The chat is open to everyone.
And to participate, send us a tweet at USCG using the hashtag HSWLASK, and make sure you follow us on Twitter to see if your question is answered. For many of us, it's been a long, cold winter.
Well, thankfully the weather is heating up, which means lots of barbecues, time at the lake, and parties with your friends and family.
But summer is also the time of year where some of us may partake in additional social drinking, which, if we're not careful, can lead to unforeseen or dire consequences.
The Command Master Chief of Coast Guard Atlantic Area, Master Chief Petty Officer Charles Bushy, has a message to the fleet to ensure we all enjoy a safe, accident-free summer.
Hey, greetings, shipmates. I'm Command Master Chief Rob Bushy from Coast Guard Atlantic Area. I want to take a quick moment and remind everybody about the detrimental effects alcohol abuse and misuse can have on you, your family, and your career. We continue to see shipmates make poor decisions after consuming too much alcohol, many of which result in alcohol incidents and DUI, and are definitely detrimental to your Coast Guard career. We all have an obligation, a duty, to intervene and ensure that those who are consuming alcohol are doing so responsibly. Having a plan, discussing transportation options, and limiting alcohol consumption all contribute to great events. As you plan your summer vacations, your weekend outings, or evening events with your shipmates, I would ask that you have a plan. Make sure you look out for your shipmates, and make sure you know when to say when. On behalf of Vice Admiral Dean Lee and the men and women of Coast Guard Atlantic Area, I thank you for your service. I ask you to look out for each other, and I look forward to seeing you in the fleet. Semper Paratus.
And this month's Bravo Zulu goes to retired Petty Officer 3rd Class Chrissy Esgett, who competed in the Invictus Games last month in Orlando, Florida.
Chrissy competed in the women's 50-meter freestyle and backstroke swimming finals. She's the first woman in the Coast Guard to compete in the Games, which raise awareness for wounded veterans.
Congratulations, Chrissy, on a job well done.
Well, that does it for this edition of the Paratus Report. To stay updated on the latest and greatest, make sure you check out our blog, Coast Guard All Hands, and other official social media sites. Thanks for joining us on the Paratus Report.
See you next time.